Hello everybody, what is up? This is DJMK and welcome to another episode of Airis. And I know the last episode was really short, but this time it is going to be a much longer episode. So this time I decided to do something a little bit different. With having a poll to decide what my next option should be. So, in the last episode, we had the decision of whether to, whether to limit the query to guildmates, ask a friend to look on my behalf, or insist on asking other vassals. And I put this to a poll and straw poll, and the results, let's see. So, got two of them saying, limit the query to two guildmates. So that's what I'm going to do for today's episode, and we'll see what happens. So, obviously, obviously, Lyle's been pretty desperate because they think that if we ask, do like a more massive search in the other vassals in the guild, then we could lose our positions since we'd be considered incapable of doing our duties as paladin and vassal respectively. So they're thinking just don't ask about it at all, maybe limit it to somebody we could trust. So yeah, I think Aliya, I don't really know her personality too well, so let's say that we just don't really know. But three options were compromise and asking a couple of guildmates, ask a trusted friend, or just insist on asking other vassals. And looks like the party decided to compromise and ask a couple of trusted guildmates, which I think Lyle would not mind if we just limit it at bare minimum. I mean, it may make looking for information a lot harder, but at least it would reduce our chances of walking away empty-handed. So, I'm gonna ask a couple of trusty guildmates and see what happens. My stomach churns in anxiety, and I pluck at a stray thread on my sleeves, deep in thought. I can't say Lyle is wrong, but I need to know what's happening to me. The memory of Teddy's fearful voice as he tries to wake me earlier flashes across my mind, and I swallow hard. I need to know. Perhaps I can come to a compromise, Lyle? I'll try to handle this as subtly as possible and draw as little attention as I can. In fact, I'll only try and raise some questions to a few people in the guild that we both know and trust. Maybe Airis or Ridgery. You know they aren't the gossiping type. They wouldn't breathe the words to anyone we ask them not to. Aliya, what if someone finds out? Or they accidentally let it slip that we have hours every couple of days where we cannot account for our behavior because we can't even remember what happened? You know, it's like that they won't know anything more than we do. Do you really think it's worth this risk? Yes. Lyle seems surprised at my firm, swift response and falls silent, bowing their head. Lyle, I'm trying to come to a compromise because I respect and share your concerns. I know what you fear, but... Lyle, even if there's no one else suffering from the same blackouts, which I highly doubt is the case anyway, don't you think we have a duty to warn the others? We have sworn to protect the country and protect the people of Airis. If this is a new sort of sickness, we cannot keep this to ourselves. Lyle still doesn't speak, but their face betrays its desire to speak. Disagree with me further, perhaps. Eventually, Lyle exhales loudly and spreads their hands in front of them with a shrug. Well, I don't really have a choice. I can't stop you anyway. You never budge as soon as it involves protecting other people. Believe that I don't have to argue with a best friend anymore. I flash Lyle an impish grin. I just take my job seriously. Instead of cracking a rueful smile that I expected them to, Lyle only shrugs and sighs yet again. This time I'm certain that Lyle is avoiding my eyes on purpose. Disconcerted about Lyle's strained demeanor, I turned away and stretched my arms above my head, realizing that some of my earlier fatigue had faded during our conversation. Still looking away from them, I tipped my head in the direction of the guild hall. So, shall we go to the guild hall? There's no time like the present, right? Right. If you want to. Pretending not to notice the lack of enthusiasm in their distracted answer, I give them a warm smile. You coming? No, I'm afraid not. I have somewhere else I need to be. An urgent matter. I raised an eyebrow, crossing my arms in front of my chest. Oh? You didn't mention that when you stopped me in the middle of the street to talk. Yes, I suddenly just remembered I have a prior engagement. I'm going to be late, so I must run. I'll see you tomorrow, Aliya. Still not meeting my eyes, Lyle bobs their head in a quick farewell and rushes off, their strides long and hurried. I can only stare after Lyle's retreating back, feeling a deep unease. Are they going to betray me? Because I'm going to be really mad if they do. Is Lyle hiding something from me? If so, what could it possibly be? I think they know that this is something more serious, but let's see. I'll be so mad if it is. You've really never heard of someone experiencing that? Well, not unless they've consumed too much alcohol, no. Are you sure? Can you think harder? You know of everything that happens in the guild. You've never overheard anyone complaining about a hole in their memory or waking up in strange places they don't remember going to? I realize that my voice has continuously risen in volume as my anxiety grows, and I immediately duck my head, lowering my tone to a whisper. But it's too late. I can feel someone staring at my back, and a quick glance behind me confirms my suspicions. There's a vaguely familiar man, hovering near the quest board in the hall, his spectacles glinting in the flickering light of a nearby lamp, as he tilts his head in my direction. I really haven't heard anything about that. Why? Is it important? Mindful of the stranger's burning gaze on me still, I force a casual smile, though it probably comes out more like a grimace. Not particularly, no. Are you alright, Aliya? Why are you suddenly asking odd things like that? Have you finally lost your mind to fatigue from your constant training? See? I warned you about that. It doesn't matter how much you train. You'd never beat me anyway. Oh my gosh, Aliya. So, let me jump onto chat. So, for those who are just jumping into the stream, welcome. Special thanks to Super Sejuk for helping me out with this, and also all my other followers and supporters along the way. Airis flashes me an impish smile, and I return to smile weakly. No, nothing. No reason. Don't worry about it. Listen, if anyone asks, can you pretend this conversation never happened? Aivria's brows furrow in confusion, but she agrees readily with a small nod. Of course. But what's going on, Aliya? If you're under some sort of trouble, you could tell me, you know. I'd try my best to help. Her genuine concern brings a real smile to my face, and I touch her arm lightly in gratitude. It's nothing like that, Evie, but thank you. It's good to know that you have my back. With one last grateful smile, I leave her table and head towards a quiet corner of the guild hall, waiting to get as far away from the searching eyes of the stranger as possible. I take a sip from my drink slowly, using the opportunity to peek to my left. Yep, he's still staring at me, his brows furrowed as though he's trying to figure out the world's biggest mystery. I probably shouldn't linger around anymore. Damn it! Now it's gonna be really upset when they hear about how I've messed up. Especially after I promised to try and avoid drawing attention to us, too. And, in the end, I didn't learn anything useful at all. I wish I could have asked around more, but I told Lyle I'd only talk to a few friends about it. With a heavy sigh, I down my beer in one gulp and slammed the empty glass back onto the table, pushing myself to my feet. Troubled? Mother of... Who the hell are you? Do you have a habit of sneaking up on people? I spin around to stare in anger at the cause of my near heart attack, but I falter at the sight of a stranger from the stranger from earlier. It's him, the weird guy who probably heard what I was saying to Airis. What does he want? My stomach begins to tie itself into knots, and instinctively take a step back, my back bumping into the corner of the table. His gaze starts my back pressed up against the table, and his face transforms to a friendly, reassuring smile that, strangely enough, makes me relax just a bit. I'm sorry. Have I startled you? My name is Kylan. It's a pleasure to meet you. Eyeing him with suspicion, I can only manage a curt nod and terse answer. Aliya. Nice to meet you. Aliya. I think I've heard that name before. He tilts his head, his brows furrowing in concentration as he thinks. Oh, I know who you are. You're one of the warriors in the front lines of the... What's the name of that battle again? That raid on the Wraith's Nest a couple years back? You were awarded a Medal of Bravery for your heroic acts, weren't you? Despite myself, I can't help but return a smile, standing just a little straighter. Yeah, I was. I'm surprised you remember that. I just have a good memory. I like to keep it with the news about the vassals. I used to be one, you see, before I retired a few years back. Retired? My eyebrow raising, I sweep my gaze over his figure. He looks barely older than me. How can he be retired already? Catching my eyes, Kylan's smile grows, and he taps his left shoulder with one finger. Injured in battle. Never quite recovered the same. Oh, I see. A wave of sympathy rushes over me. Just the thought of having to give up my dream of being a vassal for the country, protecting the people with my sword. Were the medicals unable to heal the injury? I hear they could perform some pretty miraculous feats with their healing magic. Kylan shakes his head slowly with a small smile tinged with sadness. Poisoned fangs. Saved my life by purifying the poison, but can't fix the damaged muscles in my shoulder. As powerful as the healers all are, they can't cure everything. A concern I believe these share as well. My gaze sharpens to the knowing glint in his eyes, and I realize with a start that he's referring to what he overheard from a conversation earlier. Damn it! He got my guard down. I should have left as soon as he approached me. I don't know what you're talking about. At my stilted reply, Kylan lowers his voice, adopting a soothing tone. Look, I don't mean any harm. I just overheard what you said to your friend earlier, and I think I may be able to help with your problem. That's all. You can trust me. While he speaks, I've taken the opportunity to inch away from him, trying to think of ways to extricate myself from this conversation, but his words give me pause. He thinks he can help with my situation? So, comes to decision number 2. Should I stay and hear what Kylan has to say, or leave before the situation escalates further? And this is a short episode, but you know what? I may lengthen it a little bit. So, I'll be right back. I'm going to save this spot. Going to make a poll for everybody. And, yeah, we'll be right back with something else to make this a little bit longer. Because I realized that was kind of disappointing the last episode. I went a little short, but we will continue on with something else. So, rest assured, there's going to be more material. So, stay tuned, my friends. I'm going to end this recording here, and I'll be right back. So, for those who are new to my channel, I have a Discord, PlayStation, and of course the Twitch channels under this name, Tandrasaya. I also have Twitter and Spotify at DJMK for life, though for Spotify, the 4 spelled as FOR. And I have mahokunobichi.blogspot.com as my blog. Excuse me. And I also do audio live streams, but they've been put on hold lately because, unfortunately, I have been a little short in support lately. I will do a video detailing ways you can help out because right now my viewer base is way too low for excuse me. My viewer base is way too low for a Patreon, let alone being partnered at YouTube or Twitch. So gonna go through some more stuff with that. So hopefully that could be helpful in terms of you being able to find more ways to support me. So, yeah, I know this is a really short episode, but I'm gonna start a straw poll for this. It is also I'm also gonna ask another question: is do you think it's better with or without the webcam? Because I'm curious. Do you like me with the webcam? Do you like me to go without the webcam? I'm curious to hear about that. But yeah, until then, thank you so much for watching this episode, and I will see you next time. If it's morning where you are, have a great day. If it's evening where you are, see you, Space Cowboys. And for those who are still on the stream, stay tuned. I'm going to open up another game, and I'll try to fill the full hour. So stay tuned, everybody. Still going to be here. Alright, so I'm going to start up. I stopped recording, so I'm going to start up, gonna start a poll for this, for Airis. Alright, so I'm gonna start. Let me start up this poll here. No. Okay, there we go. So, here we go. Alright, so I made the poll, and I'm going to post it on my Dash. Alright, so post it on my site, and then I'm going to post it in my chat. Here you are. Alright, so we're gonna switch to another game. Let's see. So I'm gonna quit Airis. I know these episodes are super short, but hopefully I can give you something a bit longer. So, some other games I have, so. So, like I mentioned earlier, Ebullient's games did like the first visual novel that they did was Red String of Fate, and that released back in, like, I think it was like 2016, 2015. But yeah, that was the first. That was their first visual novel. What I'm playing right now is their second visual novel, and then the third one they've done is The third one they've done is the Masquerade Killer, which is currently on Kickstarter. and on Steam Greenlight. I was trying to get on Steam Greenlight. Let me check. There is a demo under Billions Games' site, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it was created in 2016. But I mean, it's really impressive. I mean, then again, they have a team, but I mean, the fact that they've like it was a team of 4 that created this, that's pretty impressive. So, Massacre Killer. Let's see. So yeah, it looks like they actually got the project kickstarted from what I could see. So that's pretty awesome. Um, and it's a Singaporean company. Or you know what? Maybe I could just demonstrate the site that I found this in the first place. So okay. How about I'll start a new record. I'll start a new recording, and then I'll be right here. So stay tuned. All right. So, gonna be a bit of FaceTime, actually. All right, so gonna be able to see a little bit of visual cam a little bit. All right, so gonna demonstrate a little something that I found lately, which is itch.io. A lot of my visual novels that I've downloaded lately are from this website, and this may be a thing that could be a contributor to um, future projects. So we'll see. Oh yeah, this is still gonna count under episode 2, isn't it? I just thought about it. No problem. I can easily like upload the new episode on YouTube, no problem. So I'm gonna stop streaming so that way it doesn't count on YouTube as another thing. So I'll be right back. Hey peeps, DJMK here, and I want to demonstrate a little something that I found. I found a few months back that the reason why that I'm able to find so many amazing visual novels lately, and it's because of this site called itch.io. Now, I am not sponsored by this site, nor do I have any personal support with them, but lately it has been a really amazing site that I found really, really great games on, especially the last 2 games that I've been playing, namely Airis and SC2VN, my first walkthrough of visual novel. So I can show you, take a look what the site is. And there we go. Hi there! So, itch.io is an independent site. You can find and share your game online for free, and you can also add your own content on here as well, which is great. You can have it free, or you can make them pay for it and name your price. But there's been multiple various types of titles that you can find in here from all over the globe, and its goal is to give a more positive spin to gaming by not only having independent game creation, but also a more positive and supportive environment, which is awesome. Some games that are really fascinating in here, like this one, a game by its cover. Let me see what it is. It looks beautiful. Huh. Pick up one of the many amazing Family Case exhibition, turn it into a game, use whatever means prefer, and make a game compatible with Winatron. It looks like this one's more of a... This is actually a submission feed. Oh, okay. So... it's a game jam. Okay, so you can make your own game. You can share it with game jams. There's also various games you can play yourself, like Hard Code. And Tooth and Tail, that has recently gone to Steam. That's really popular. There's macOS games, Linux games, HTML5 games. There's many different types of games here. You can also get physical games, soundtracks, comics, etc. on this site, which is amazing. You can even get demos. Like I said earlier, Airis, I got it via I got it via itch.io, but you can also get it. Some of these have been Steam greenlit, so you can also get it via there as well. So if you want to do double the support and connect your sites that way, that's the way you can do it. So to kind of give you an example, I can go back a little bit and show you the Ebullience Games IO site. And much like Tumblr, you can also follow them. You just need to make an account. But yeah, Ebullience Games is a very, very young company. They made another game called Lads in Distress, which is the one right here, which is on Tumblr. And that's how they got created. So, like I said earlier, they've made Registering of Fate, which will probably be the next one I'll play. Airis, which is what I'm currently playing on my channel, and The Masquerade Killer, which has been kickstarted, and they're right now developing. So, Ultimate Games have been on the rise lately, and that's because with things like Visual Novel Maker software, and especially Ren'Py, it's been made a lot easier to make games like these. So, I mean, even I've been thinking a little bit of making my own game, like this. There was one fascinating title that I found on itch.io that's in progress about this English major who falls asleep on books and she's able to teleport her way into them through doing that, which is pretty cool. But yeah, there's so many different games around here that I always want to try out, whether it's with this Let's Play format or by myself. I've always wanted to do them. So, Yeah, itch.io is a really good way of doing that. Once again, I am not sponsored by this site. I just found this a really amazing place where you can look for various amazing games for free to $15 or less, which is beautiful. Especially if you're a recent graduate like myself and you have little to no money. And especially, you get so many different titles. And I'm a Mac user, so the fact that there's so many titles available for Macs, it's even more refreshing, because it's been frustrating to find new games, let alone games that are supported on my platform, to play here. So, just wanted to point out the site to you. Hopefully this should inspire you bare minimum to check out more titles that you want to play yourself. It certainly has for me. So, that's pretty much it. So, of course, if you're curious about any other things that you want me to try out, don't hesitate to message me in any of these mediums that I have. I have a Discord server, which I've linked in the description. I also have PlayStation and Steam, all under the name Tandrasaya. I also have Twitter and Spotify at DJMK for Life. Though Spotify, the 4 is spelled as FOR. And I have a blog, mahokuruichi.blogspot.com. And I do audio live streams, but I had to put this on a hiatus for a little bit. Details on that coming out later on this week. So, till then, DJ MK signing off of this episode. Thank you so much for all the support that you've been giving me these past few months. It really is a big deal, the fact that you actually care about this content. And I will see you next time. If it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful day. If it's nighttime where you are, see you, Space Cowboys. Alright, peeps, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much again for jumping into this episode. I know, once again, it's really short, but I promise you, I'm going to make sure that this is going to be as fun as possible. And I'll try and pull some more jokes as well, because I know that was really short. So, I promise you, it's going to be a lot more fun. So I've posted the straw poll for this episode. Gonna start again tomorrow. Rinse and repeat. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for jumping into this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.